Imagine two people who love attention more than anything else. One is a famous businessman who builds rockets and electric cars, and the other is a famous businessman who became the President of the United States. Elon Musk and Donald Trump are two of the most well-known figures in the world. For a while they seemed like the best of friends, a political power couple nobody saw coming. Their friendship was built on a shared goal: winning the 2024 election. Musk, who had sometimes criticized Trump in the past, changed his mind and decided to fully support him, especially after an assassination attempt on Trump in July 2024. This was the moment their alliance truly began to take shape for everyone to see. Their partnership quickly became a major force in American politics. Musk didn't just offer his support with words, he opened his wallet in a very big way. He became the single largest donor to the Republican Party, giving around $300 million to help Trump's campaign. This was not just a small donation, it was a massive investment. In return, Musk got a front-row seat to power. He hosted Trump for special events on his social media platform X, and even campaigned alongside him in important states. It was a classic "I'll scratch your back if you scratch mine" situation, but on a scale that involved billions of dollars and the future of the country. After Trump won the election in November 2024, the celebration was on. Musk was right there with him at Mar-a-Lago, celebrating the victory he had helped to secure. It looked like their friendship was stronger than ever. As a reward for his loyalty and his massive financial support, Trump gave Musk a special job in the new administration. He was asked to co-lead a new government group called the Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE for short. The goal was to cut government waste and save money. For Musk, a man who loves efficiency and big projects, it seemed like the perfect role. He was now an insider, ready to bring his business mindset to Washington. This new role placed Musk in a position of incredible influence, or so it seemed. As an unpaid special government employee, he wasn't just a donor anymore, he was part of the team. He became the face of the DOGE Commission, a symbol of a new way of doing things in the White House. The alliance between the tech billionaire and the populist president was complete. They were ready to change Washington together. People watched with a mix of excitement and worry, wondering what this powerful duo would do next. For a few months it seemed like their combined power was unstoppable, a partnership that would reshape the government from the inside out. But as everyone knows, sometimes the biggest alliances lead to the biggest explosions. The main problem with putting two giant egos in the same room is that the room is never big enough for both of them. The friendship between Elon Musk and Donald Trump started to crack because both men wanted to be the star of the show. They are both dominant personalities who are used to being the center of attention. When you have two people who believe they are the most important person in any situation, a clash is almost guaranteed. This wasn't just a small disagreement, it was a fundamental power struggle. Each man wanted to be seen as the one with the real power and influence, and this competition became the fuel for their eventual public breakup. The first major sign of trouble came after the election. Musk, feeling proud of his contribution, went on his platform X and publicly claimed he was the reason Trump won. He wrote, "Without me, Trump would have lost the election." This was like throwing a grenade into their friendship. He then accused Trump of being ungrateful for all the money and support he had provided. For a man like Trump, who demands absolute loyalty and hates sharing credit, this was a huge insult. Musk was essentially saying that Trump couldn't have done it without him, a statement that was sure to provoke a strong reaction from the president. Trump, of course, did not take this sitting down. He immediately fired back, trying to put Musk in his place. He claimed that he had actually asked Musk to leave his advisory role, making it seem like Musk was fired, not that he left on his own. In a public statement, Trump even said that Musk had gone crazy. This was the beginning of a very public and very personal feud. The fight for credit turned into a battle of words, with each man trying to make the other look weak or foolish. It was no longer about policy or politics, it was about pride and who had the bigger ego. Their fight for influence played out in the White House as well. As the head of the DOGE Commission, Musk proposed some massive changes, like cutting the federal workforce by 75% and slashing spending by $2 trillion. He was acting like a CEO, not an advisor. This made other people in the government nervous, and Trump had to step in. He publicly stated that his cabinet members, not Elon Musk, were the ones in charge of their departments. This was a clear message to Musk that his power had limits. For Musk, who was used to being the boss, this was a major source of frustration. and a sign that he wasn't as powerful in Washington as he thought he was. The final straw that broke the alliance was a major piece of legislation known as the Big Beautiful Bill. This was a top priority for the Republican Party and President Trump. However, Elon Musk was completely against it. He believed the bill was a disaster for the country's finances. He argued that it would add trillions of dollars to the national debt, which was the exact opposite of what his Doge Commission was trying to achieve. His job was to cut costs, but he saw the president supporting a bill that would lead to massive new spending. This wasn't just a small policy disagreement, it was a direct conflict with the mission he was given. Musk didn't just quietly disagree with the bill, he used his massive public platform to fight against it. In a move that directly challenged the president, he went on X and told his millions of followers to kill the bill. This was a declaration of war. An advisor to the president was publicly telling people to destroy the president's most important legislative goal. This put Trump in a very difficult position. He couldn't ignore such a public rebellion from someone inside his own circle. Musk's actions turned their private disagreements into a full-blown public conflict, making it impossible for them to continue working together. This public fight over the bill was connected to Musk's growing disappointment with his role in Washington. He had joined the administration with big ideas, hoping to make huge changes and streamline the government. But he quickly learned that politics is not like running a business. His ambitious plans were met with resistance, and his authority was limited by the president himself. He started to feel like his work was not being taken seriously. In May 2025, just before the public feud exploded, Musk expressed his frustration, talking about empty Doge promises and signaling his unhappiness with his experience in the White House. By the time the Big Beautiful Bill came up, Musk was already feeling disillusioned and disrespected. His decision to publicly attack the bill was the culmination of months of frustration. He had invested his money, his time, and his reputation in the Trump administration, but he felt that his advice was being ignored and his efforts were being undone. The bill was the final proof for him that he and Trump had very different ideas about how to run the country. The fight over this single piece of legislation became the symbol of their entire broken partnership, showing that their alliance was built on a shaky foundation that could not last. Once the friendship was officially over, the fight moved to their favorite battlefield: social media. The public breakup exploded on June 5, 2025, with both men using their platforms, X and Truth Social, to launch personal attacks against each other. It was like watching a high-stakes drama play out in real time for the whole world to see. They weren't just arguing about policy anymore. They were trolling each other with angry, personal insults. This public spectacle showed just how deep the division between them had become. Their alliance, which had once been a powerful political force, had degenerated into a messy and embarrassing online war of words. The conflict escalated quickly, with both sides making serious threats. Trump, using the power of his office, threatened to harm Musk's businesses. He suggested that he might cut off the federal subsidies and government contracts that are very important for Musk's companies like Tesla and SpaceX. This was a direct threat to Musk's financial empire. In response, Musk fought back with his own powerful weapons. He began reposting social media posts that called for Trump's impeachment. He also made a very serious and unproven claim, suggesting that Trump's name appeared in government documents related to the disgraced financier, Jeffrey Epstein, a move designed to cause maximum political damage. The consequences of this epic breakup are significant for both men. For Elon Musk, his time in Washington was a lesson in the limits of his power. He learned that being a successful CEO and a wealthy donor does not automatically translate to political influence in the complex world of government. After leaving the White House, he announced that he would do a lot less political spending in the future, suggesting he was tired of the political game. The breakup may have cost him a direct line to the White House, but it also freed him to criticize and act without being tied to a political party or president. For Donald Trump, the split meant losing his biggest financial backer and a powerful media ally. While Trump maintains a strong base of support, the public and messy fight with a popular figure like Musk created a new set of problems for his administration. The feud became a major distraction and showed a level of chaos within his inner circle. The story of their breakup serves as a powerful reminder of what can happen when two massive egos collide. It's a tale of ambition, betrayal, and the struggle for power. showing that in the world of politics, friendships can be just as temporary as a social media post.